We're talking about webcomic spoilers and also stuff that Murata has said on his stream regarding the alleged future of the story. So, yeah. All right. So I think this is the fourth or third video, I don't remember, where we're going into these quote-unquote leaked notes from one that Murata talked about like 2 years ago on his stream regarding the future events of how this little storyline between Tatsumaki and Psyrochi is going to play out. And it's still pretty relevant, guys. Things are still playing out the way that they seem like they have been at this point. So we're going to keep following these breadcrumbs. We're going to go back into this information. So as we just saw in chapter 134, Tatsumaki pretty much defeated Psyrochi more or less. But interestingly enough, we saw that Orochi was separating from Psychos at the end of the chapter. So where is that headed? Well, we're going to be talking about everything that's likely going to happen here. So let's go back into those notes. So as we all remember, the original plan was Orochi swings at the S-Class heroes with his monstrous strength. However, the S-Class heroes dodge and toy with him mercilessly with their speed and give Orochi the feeling that he's a boss, blah, blah, blah. Orochi's horns transform into dragons. Remember, we talked about that in the previous update video because that came to fruition. Spitfire to the S-Class heroes. Orochi transforms into a huge monster. That hasn't happened yet. 8 S-Class heroes fight together, where each of them deals with and defeats one of Orochi's dragons, while Tatsumaki finishes him off directly. Just when everyone believes the fight is over, the executives / cadres who were originally buried by Tatsumaki appear on the surface. All right, let's break it down. So I'm thinking that this is finally going to happen. The S-Class heroes fighting against Orochi here, because remember we said that Orochi pretty much separating from Psychos here. And it doesn't look like he's dead. I mean, he's definitely weakened or somewhat. I mean, she like rang out the meat roots. So does that weaken him? I guess to some degree, I suppose. So the stage has been set for this, actually, because remember, they're on the surface now. That was like a big part of chapter 134, you know, how Tatsumaki was able to let loose. So who are these 8 S-Class heroes going to be taking on Orochi in the follow-up chapter? Well, I've kind of narrowed it down, and I think this might be more or less accurate. So as we saw on the surface, we've got Bang and Bomb. Child Emperor, while he is more or less defenseless at this point, maybe he still has some tricks up his sleeves. He does still have somewhat superhuman physicality because, you know, he was going against Phoenix Man, and also he was able to dodge, Evil Natural Water's jet beams. So maybe he can dodge Orochi too? Maybe. Atomic Samurai, he's there, for sure. He's going to be included in that. He needs some feats, which he was seriously lacking in the webcomic around this portion of the story. My Mask is on the surface. He's obviously going to be here included in this. Pig God, he just showed up on the surface, so I guess we're going to see Pig God dodging him, or at least fighting against the dragons from Orochi. And then we got Purry, he's here too, so, Purry's going to do some cool stuff, hopefully. Purry is very strong. He's pretty much at the peak of his power currently in the manga. And then this last candidate, you might be thinking, oh, well, Darkshine's there. I don't think Darkshine's going to be included in this because he's currently in his glass case of emotion right now. And he's not going to be fighting until much later on after Purry gives him the pep talk. Pretty much after Awakened Garo shows up, more or less. So, Darkshine's going to be benched for a little bit. So who's going to be the number 8? Well, it's going to be Metal Bat, or at least I certainly hope it's Metal Bat. Because remember, a couple chapters back, it showed that Metal Bat was in the hospital and he saw the base come out of the ground, and then he started beelining it to where Ground Zero was. So I'm thinking, or at least I'm hoping, that Metal Bat is going to show up within the next 2 chapters. Now, as us webcomic readers know, Metal Bat not included in this arc in the webcomic. But as we've seen clearly by now, they're not playing by the webcomics rules anymore. And as I've been saying, they're just going to touch on the major plot point. Now that we've got the 8 chosen, what I assume is going to happen, like I said, Orochi's going to split from Psychos. Psychos is, I don't know, going to be assisting him maybe, or she's just going to be recovering or something, because she's obviously going to come back, and we'll get to that. So, based off of this, Orochi is going to revert back into that dragon, multiple dragon form that we saw a couple chapters back. They're going to be fighting against the S-Class heroes. Now, why are they going to be doing that? And why isn't Tatsumaki going to be just completely destroying him directly? So maybe she's going to be doing something with Psychos or something, or maybe she's going to be tending to Fubuki or something, or maybe she's distracted. I don't know. Something is going to stop Tatsumaki just from completely wrecking Orochi. I think it has something to do with her, I don't know, protecting or distracted or something. It has to be one of those obstacles. So they're going to be fighting against Orochi, because then it says that Tatsumaki finishes him off directly. So maybe she like rests a little bit. Maybe she needs to rest after that huge city feat, possibly, because she is injured after all. And then the S-Class heroes are like, let us take over for a little bit. And she's like, fine. You know, that could be something that happens. And then she comes in, finishes off Orochi in his huge quote-unquote monster form. We might see a new form that we haven't seen from Orochi yet that might include the dragons or something. So if we go back to the other notes, it says Orochi is probably included to let Tatsumaki get injured so Psychos can use the opportunity to sneak attack Tatsumaki. Having her directly sneak attacking and injuring Tatsumaki in the original was a little far-fetched. So we talked about that before, of course. So something is going to happen. I mean, it really doesn't seem like this point that Orochi is strong enough to just beast Tatsumaki one-on-one fairly. I mean, maybe he surprises us with how powerful he truly is, but it doesn't seem like that, given that him fused with Psychos wasn't enough. But maybe him by himself, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But like I said, she's probably going to get distracted or something like that. And then Orochi's either going to hit her with a massive beam or hit her with a water stream or something like that. And then she's going to kill Orochi. And then that's when Psychos comes, hits her with the psychic barrier, hitting her from behind. And that's when Psychos is going to reveal Tatsumaki's weakness, or just the Esper weakness in general, and that is that they can't simultaneously attack and defend. Like if Tatsumaki is like using offense, then she is vulnerable to attack, meaning that like she won't have her barrier up. So once she's attacking Orochi and doing like the coup de grace to him, that's when Psychos is going to wrap her up, slam her down to the ground. And then I guess at that point, that's when the executives come out, which is going to be awesome, because I'm sure a lot of people have just straight up had them removed from their mind at this point, because we haven't seen them in a while. You know, the whole fight has been focusing on Tatsumaki and Psyrochi, and you're thinking like the battle's over, but no, it's just begun. And our boys, the cadres, come out, and then we're going to go into that sequence where like she really gets messed up. Like Fura Ugly is going to batter her. You know, Black Ass is going to be in there. But I'm pretty sure this is how things are going to play out from here on out. If they do, it's going to be incredible. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. If you like the video, guys, please give it a like. I also have a Twitch channel. Please check that out. The streams are lit. Also have a Patreon. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.